how's the water, how does it dewater it? Okay.
Well, there are two things. First, there's a gravity belt right here in which the water just naturally just seeps through. You can see from the quality there, so right here, it's starting to solidify. Then it goes down and it's squeezed together and more water comes out there. So you got 2-3% water going out here. By the time it leaves the process, it's 16% solids. 2 to 3% solids, leaving 16.
Okay. This is all ready to go onto the truck, right?
Right. Once it reaches that Class A EQ standard, I was talking about exceptional quality, it can be used for just about anything. You know, there are some limitations, but they do an excellent job of composting it up there. So, you know, federal law allows them to, and state law allows them to do a variety of different things with it. You know, a lot of it goes to, you know, simple agricultural of non-food crops, but other of it can be used, you know, for anything. It's like, you know, if you need to dress a field, if you need to golf courses and things like that. It's being widely used throughout the country. It's being widely used throughout the world. You know, we just happen to have, you know, like I said, these Class A EQ standards that we have it treated to.
You guys just do for non-food.
Well, they can use it. Like I said, they can use it for other things, but up in Kern County, how they market it up there, you know, as long as they're following the laws.
Oh, you just ship it and they do whatever they
Right.
want with it.
Yes, absolutely. It's their own company up there.
Oh, okay.
You know, the thousands of tests that are done here every year, you know, mainly what we use our laboratory for, though, is process testing, things that, you know, as we watch the treatment plant. But there are many tests that we do here that are permit required. We do it daily, hourly, simultaneously. We do it quarterly. We do it semi-annually. We do some annual testing. But we also have a number of other laboratories that we work with. There isn't one lab that covers every particular test that we have to do.
So you just kind of make sure everything's going as it should be with the test. Is that
Absolutely.
Right, basically?
Absolutely.
Make
And
sure.
then we provide reports all the time to, you know, state agencies and the EPA and you know, other people regarding, you know, how the facility is operating. But
make sure you're up to code and all that.
sure, this first class laboratory facility.
Yeah, it's pretty high tech, I would say. You got some cultures going there.
It's kind of key to see what's going on. If the bacteria is healthy, you know, we're happy. If it's not, then you have to make adjustments. You know, typically regulating, you know, how much microbiology you have, if you have a certain kind that's beginning to predominate. The point of it is you have to keep an eye on it all the time.
How do you know if bacteria is healthy or if it's
Well, you can
unhealthy?
see it. It actually swims around a lot. You know, whether it's motile or not, whether it's, you know, swimming around and happy. Mainly you're looking for, you know, different kinds of bacteria. You know, you can do things or things can happen at the treatment plant, then a negative type of bacteria starts to predominate. Well, you got to get rid of them, and you have to either waste them away, you know, put them in the digester, or you got to find some other way of bringing in new bacteria in order to make them healthy.
Well, have you ever found that there's been like new stuff introduced or like different things you have to deal with because of just whatever? I don't know. Right?
You know, actually the effect of, you know, upsets here at the treatment plant as a result of things going in, you know, it's very, very rare. You know, and the reason why is because, you know, like I told you guys, you know, people are very careful about what they put down the drain. It's amazing, and I'd urge anybody who's watching this video to, again, you know, really use some common sense about what you're putting down the drain. If there's, you know, take a look at the container, you know, probably tell you on the container whether or not if it's a poison. You just don't want it coming down here. You want to dispose of it properly, and certainly here in the city, you got a number of avenues to take care of that. But that is really important because, you know, we're looking at things a lot of times at the parts per billion level. So it doesn't take a lot of any particular toxic like that to have an effect or to show up on one of our tests. So, you know, that, like I said, industries, you know, got a good attitude about things, plus we're watching over them. And, you know, you have a great treatment plant like that, but, you know, there's certain things you can't treat. You know, you can't treat everything that comes in the facility. If you get a toxic that comes in here, then you just have to adjust the best way that you possibly can, but you might not even know about it. That's why it's so important. You know, people have ant killers or other things like that they just not simply flush them down the drain.
But people used to do that a lot more.
Oh, no doubt. This is our fueling station. One thing I love about this is we're using 100% biodiesel right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all from soybeans, not even a blend. We're using 100% of that. And
That's cool.
so both our generators and both our in-plant diesel equipment's all run on 100% biodiesel.
Wow. Where do you get the biodiesel from?
You can buy locally from distributors. More and more people are going to be available to buy that. Started off here, our maintenance supervisor, a gentleman named Dave Hofday, started off and he put it in his diesel truck. He went out and bought some on his own to just see what it would run on that.
Oh, the guy in Ojai?
No, actually, he works here.
Oh.
Dave's, yeah, he's not from Ohio.
Yeah.
But anyway, what he found was, you know how the blue puff of smoke comes out every time a diesel vehicle takes off and stuff like that? With the biodiesel, he couldn't see anything. And he thought that his truck ran well, and so, you know, we decided to replace it here, and it certainly meets all the specifications of our equipment. So, but there's a stream right over here, stream right there. Probably about 5 years ago now, we discovered a burial ground over here of 2 Indians, and subsequently, you know, we reinterred the bones that we found there and have that area cordoned off out of respect for the Chumash that were here certainly a long time before we were.